this is crazy, guys, because if you haven't heard, we are on YouTube live. I mean, it's a 10-second delay, probably not enough to stop us from already
It's a 10-second delay.
10-second delay.
There's a lot you can do in 10
you just
seconds.
say that?
Well, who's there pushing the button? That's
You
what I
said
wanna
that
know.
like 10 seconds ago, though, which is the
It's
weird
true.
thing.
That is truly.
Oh.
Did it really happen if it's a delay? Did it really happen delay? It's a philosophical question. But so last year, these two guys did some physical humor. They cold played, right?
Last show, yes.
Yeah.
Coldplay.
So you know, it's now a thing. And so we got cold. We're right on the cutting edge of societal humor. Today they were preening themselves like cats. So
Yeah.
you're
But
missing
see that
a lot.
we do that all the time, though.
By
That
just
was
on
not-
radio.
That's
We
not
just got
actually
caught in the moment
humor.
there.
That's yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just got it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to. It works, right?
Got to
It
get
works.
those ears
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So we do have a kind of fun show because we're going to talk about the business,
The
Of
Bid-ness.
the business of pets,
Uh-huh.
because we're in the pet business, and a lot of people out there would love to be in this business, and we each came to this with different motivations, and probably stay with it for other motivations, and hey, we want to teach, we want to teach others, and be a resource. So we're going to talk about pet business. So since I'm on the making up for my lost time, I'm the lead.
Guess who was late?
Yeah, and I barely made it here because I was busy with my
And
pet
locked
business.
out.
Yeah, and
That's
locked out.
right. The pet business.
The pet business, trying to power wash the front of my pet business.
Yeah.
I guess I get to ask the questions, and I get to ask you guys, what motivated you to start Boofy's Best for Pets?
Oh, basically being a social misfit and not being able to have a boss. Was it
Okay.
for me.
Okay. Well, that's really
yes.
frank. And then
I
what-
had to open
We
my
got
own
that
business
finished.
because I had been fired from too many other places.
Okay. So you go to work for a place where you can't get fired, but you do have Lisa. I'm sure there's moments. Yeah.
Oh, there have been moments for
Yeah,
sure.
There have
yes.
definitely been
Yes.
moments.
Mhm.
Now, is it true that you say that the day that you go to work for yourself, you get an even worse boss, an even bigger?
Yes,
Oh,
it is
for
very
sure. Oh,
true.
for sure.
Complain about the boss, and it's like, well, you actually are the boss. So yeah, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
the good side. Hey, you're your own boss. And then it's like, well, you're also your own boss.
Right.
And so having to play employer and employee is a very interesting dichotomy.
How about you?
So wait,
What got you into it?
we got to go to Lisa next. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm saving.
All right,
my-
we'll do things in order.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever.
The other reason he gets fired all the time. Yes. Insolence and insubordination. I love it. Lisa, what motivated you?
I've always loved animals.
Okay.
I think one common denominator that we have here, besides the fact that we love pets, but is also is the fact that all of us had other careers in different things, and maybe it wasn't as fulfilling as helping animals out, but I can certainly say I can get up in the morning and look at myself in the mirror and not scream too loudly.
Okay.
Feel a
But
little
making
better.
cells glow in the dark, though, that was kind of cool. It's
Well,
just
yeah,
like
there-
your shirt.
There was that, yes.
Yeah.
But working with animals, I mean, I've loved animals. I was volunteering, helped with a cat rescue, a cat shelter up in the Seattle area, as was Jeff. Both of us were.
Mhm.
We got to see a different side of it, and then we realized that we could do even more good trying to help pets stay healthy.
So your kind of purpose, if I can summarize, it's about doing good for pets, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the whole point of our show too, right? It's kind of a
It
why
is.
it fits so naturally. We're
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
wanna
How do we
help-
take care of our companion animals?
Right.
And take the best care because of the care that they take of us.
Right. And, places like yours has people accessing high quality goods that wouldn't be available. Otherwise, it would be Walmart and Costco, where people are buying 90% of their food. I don't know what percent of the market you all have. It's a big question.
Well, local independent pet food retailers have a low percentage of market share. The big box stores have bigger
grocery
share,
too.
but then grocery is by far and away number one.
Okay. 'Cause
Far and
people are
away.
just used to
Yes.
buying their food at the grocery
Yep.
store, and that's just convenient. So do you have an idea in Albuquerque? What is the impact of independent you've got several Clarks and Diego's, and you all are the bigger ones.
Yeah, there's a good group of stores in Albuquerque. We actually are we have a good local pet food community here.
We may be close to saturated. There's always more customers out there, but when we were looking at numbers before ever moving to Albuquerque, we thought the size of Albuquerque might be able to accommodate something like 30 independent pet retailers.
Wow.
But then once we got into the market and started selling, we realized that 10 would probably be a lot.
Okay.
10 would be a lot.
Okay. And we're probably close to that number
Pretty
from
close.
what I know.
Yeah.
From what I know. So, and you started in Rio Rancho. How long?
No.
3 miles south of Rio Rancho, west side of Albuquerque.
Oh, don't say Rio Rancho.
Paseo del Norte and golf course.
Okay, sorry.
It's still
Beautiful
Albuquerque.
location.
It is.
Albuquerque, we're representing there.
All right.
Yeah.
Rio Rancho is a
West
fine
side.
location for people that live in Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
We are Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you started your west side location
in 2010.
2010. Okay. And then the one here on San Mateo, that was your first. Right there is where you started on the east side, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
much bigger shop.
Way bigger.
Right.
Yes. Much bigger. I think we could fit, what did we figure? 24 of the smaller one?
It's
No,
all right.
no. We could fit 6 in there because we
6.
have the extra high walls there. So it's
Okay.
like 3 times
Double
the
stack them. Yeah.
horizontal layout. And if we double stacked them, we could put 6 of the original
And
store in
do you-
there.
Do more business in the old shop or the new shop?
They're right about the same.
Okay.
But the original store has been in business for, what was it, 11, 12 years longer than the new store,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and has 11 or 12 years more of customers. So it's still ahead, and it may be ahead forever. As far
Right.
as we know, we don't really know.
It's a different
Yeah.
customer base to a certain
mhm,
degree too. So we definitely have a little bit of difference in what people spend and what they spend it on between the 2 stores.
Okay.
The important thing, though, when we opened our second store was that in the first store, a lot of people in Albuquerque knew about us, but
Mhm.
would not come and visit us, because the thing is, if you live on the east side
Right.
and you're going to cross the river, you usually have to pack an overnight bag, an
That's
emergency
true.
kit, because
true.
you never know what's going to
And
happen.
You need
The Rio
and
Grande
a
could
visa.
completely flood.
Don't
You might need a visa to
Right,
get over
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Well, then there's the whole thing
Yeah.
about turning into a pumpkin.
That's right.
Yeah, you
It
go
happens.
over the water and suddenly you're a pumpkin on the other side.
Yeah, I recognize it. So the east side folks are not always willing to go west. West siders are far more willing to go east, is my experience.
Many West Siders regularly do business. Like, they may work on the east
Yeah.
side. They live on the west side, work on the east side. So we have actually, I would say, at least 20% of our customers, maybe close to 50%, have been to both stores.
Ah, okay.
But it's probably 10 to 20% that regularly shop at both locations.
Okay. Oh, that's fun.
It's actually, the second location definitely is more convenient to more people.
Mhm.
It's right off the freeway. It's easy to drive down if you're from one of the outlying little neighboring
Sure.
municipalities, we'll call
Or
them.
states.
Yeah, or states even. We have out-of-state customers that
Yep.
come to shop
Yep.
with us.
Mhm.
But definitely the new store is a lot more centrally located. But the original one, it's in a really nice neighborhood. It's very much a neighborhood store.
Okay.
And after 15 years, it's very firmly entrenched there.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So what gives you the greatest joy of operating the Boofies?
It's always the wins with the cats and the dogs.
Okay.
Whenever we have a customer that comes in and it says they're having problems for one reason or another, or we start asking questions and we find out that their dog is not thriving on the food that they're eating, then we can get them into something better. And then we hear the stories when they come back on how much different their dog is acting and looking and feeling.
Yeah.
And that brings long lasting joy to know that you've helped improve the lives.
That you made a positive
Right.
difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to confess that you all inspired me. My dogs all got an egg with their meal this week.
Nice.
Next week, if I get to your shop, I'm going to add some, regular fresh food to
Look for some quail eggs.
it.
We
we
have
have-
some freeze-dried eggs
and frozen ones
and we
too.
have some
Oh,
frozen
really?
eggs.
Yes.
Yes, they come. They're often cracked because that's what'll happen when you freeze eggs. But
Oh, yeah.
the shells are actually really thin, and dogs just eat the whole thing. You
Well-
don't crack them open.
Oh,
and-
you just
yeah,
put
you
them
just
out
put
there.
the
It's a
quail
natural
egg
source
on
of
it.
calcium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
eggs are chock full. I mean, think about it. You have everything inside
Yeah.
an egg to make a chicken, so
Yeah.
or a quail, as the case may be. So
That's
it's
right.
highly nutritious.
Yeah, but so you've inspired me. I'm like, it's like getting it closer to the hunting season. I always upgrade their food a little bit, and
Mhm,
I'll
mhm.
buy a higher protein because they're running more. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's that's really fun that you're just sitting here listening to this to you all, and your expertise is inspiring me.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm getting goosebumps just talking about things.
I'm just getting a little verklempt over here.
Oh man, we're already at break and we didn't even start on canine. That's the way it goes. We're having too much fun with Jeff and Lisa.
Well, your turn's next.
Yeah, 96.3 News Radio, KKOB, Duke City Dog Talk.
Woof.
Boofy's
Woof,
Best for
woof.
Pets is celebrating 15 years in business. They opened a second location in 2021. Why is Boofy's growing? Because they're more than just a place to buy food, toys, and supplies. They're pet experts who offer only the foods that promote long, healthy lives for your pet. Visit boofysbest.com for money-saving offers every month and stop by on Golf Course in Paseo del Norte or Cutler near I-40 in San Mateo to see the Boofy's difference. Boofy's Best for Pets, when only the best for your pet will do.
Good afternoon. I'm with Daniel's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Oh, thank goodness. Come in.
They told me you need your drain snaked.
Oh, well, actually, there's a snake in the drain.
Oh, boy.
The plumbing pros at Daniels have seen it all. Daniels Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, drain cleaning, hydrojetting, and more. Plus, commercial kitchen and building annual maintenance packages. DanielsHVACNM.com.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
You're awfully quiet tonight.
I just can't stop thinking about Mom. Since Dad died, she just sits in that house, all alone.
It's not like her. She was always so outgoing.
Beehive Homes is not just the best in assisted living, but offers companionship and love from others going through the same struggles. There's no need to be alone. Beehive Homes makes it easy to join an intimate community of support. Schedule a tour at beehivehomesnm.com, where someone's always there to say, welcome home.
Eric Strauss here for Craig Independent Tire. We never tire of tires. Passenger, light truck, tractor, medium truck, trailers, ATVs. We've got Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, all major brand tires. Nationwide road hazards available. Nitrogen too. We do alignments, brakes, shocks, struts. Think of us because we're always thinking of you. Craig Independent Tire Company opens 7 days a week, 8 to 6, with 44 years of servicing our customers and their millions of miles of safe and happy travels. Come see us in Berlin.
Here are 3 simple ways to protect yourself from Medicare fraud. Never share your Medicare number over the phone, online, or through unsolicited mail. Always check your Medicare summary notice or explanation of benefits to detect unexpected activity. If you're unsure of a caller, collect their name, company, and callback number and hang up. Then call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-800-432-2080 or visit aging.nm.gov/fraud.
This publication was paid for in part by Grant 90-MPP068 from the Administration for Community Living. Points of view or opinions do not necessarily represent official ACL policy.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune into the Core Financial Retirement Show with Phil Gordley of Core Financial, Saturday and Sunday mornings at
Hey, welcome back. It's Duke City Dog Talk with Lisa, Jeff, and Lindsay. And we're having fun talking about the dog business today. But hey, we got to let you know about a new feature. Not only are we live on YouTube, but you can send us a text picture of your dog anytime you want. And the number is 505-243-3333. And we're kind of...
We want you to send us a picture.
We want you.
We want to see your doggy pics.
We want your doggy pics. And we are... did I say it wrong?
I think so. Let's try the number again.
505-243-3333. So we're kind of anticipating eventually doing a show where we just have a contest on the cute dogs that we get sent. So we're testing. This is testing. Send us your cute dogs, please, to our text line, and we will ooh and ah, we promise, because that's what we do. We love to do. We are dog and we're pet people. We like dogs, cats. I love personally.
So speaking of
snakes, I always grew up raising snakes and
it's
turtles.
The year of the snake.
It is the year of the snake.
It is the year of the snake. Yes.
Okay. Is that from the Chinese horoscope? So is that the one you always get on your on your at your restaurant place cover? Okay, great. Year of the snake. Great.
Year of the snake.
Good. Well,
so Lindsay,
yes, sir.
You love dogs.
I do.
How did you get into canine resorts?
So it's a fairly long story, but I'll give you fairly brief. I went into, I always thought I'd work with pets. My favorite books were James Herriot's books, all about him as a country vet in England.
Yorkshire,
right? Yeah. And I assumed I'd be a veterinarian, went to school for it, and I fell out of love of science in my first year in college. It was hard. They're just trying to weed out the chaff from the wheat, and apparently
they were successful.
Yeah, I stayed with it another half year, but I fell in love with philosophy and English and religion, and started in that direction and became an English major, and fell in love with working with people. I said, I guess my life should be people, and I've done people for 40 years in the education field, and was planning.
Dogs are a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, except for the occasional rough parent, but dogs are easier. A little, like my children, if they could only be as well behaved as my dogs, life would be great, right? My dogs are so much.
Dogs teach us philosophy too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what is your favorite philosophical term?
I wag, therefore I am.
Okay. There you go. That's right. That a French guy came up with that same idea. Maybe that's how he got it.
Probably is.
Yeah, probably is. He had a dog. Probably French Brittany, huh? I think so. Yeah.
Baguette.
So that kind of when I kind of anticipated I was going to leave, retire, and wearing my retirement shirt today.
I see that.
Yeah.
Sunset Roundup.
I realized that I want to retire to something, not away from something. And so what's my next phase? What do I love the most? And it came down to hanging out with my hunting dogs and hanging out with dogs. And I really like the business side of things. So this kind of congealed, and my wife bought in. She's a crazy woman and tries all sorts of projects that I try. And we did a ton of research to start canine resort. There's really a space in the market for it here, a high-end luxury dog resort. We're not like anything in the market, and invested, a huge chunk of our retirement to make this go. And it's fun. There's days that aren't, like, because we have people that work for us.
No comment.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the challenge section, right?
Yes.
The challenge section. But I love going to the dog resort every day, talking to the customers, petting the dogs, picking up their poop, all those good things that we do so well at Canine.
That's right.
Yeah. And, same thing. Customer after customer. How's it going? Oh, we love your dog resort. You take such great care of my dog. Your staff is so good. I get those kind of comments over and over. Of course, that feels great. Of course, we get, we make mistakes, and there's occasional problems, but by and large, our systems create a great environment as a place for dogs to do boarding and daycare. And we have a lot of fun. We're always doing fun things. Like, summer camp has been a blast. Yeah, we have had so much. This last week
was such a great idea.
Yeah, it was the groove. Was it the relax? And next week is photo week. We're like,
how long does camp last?
So it's been do I want to say 8 weeks or 6 weeks? 8 weeks. Each week has a different theme.
Different theme.
Yeah.
So a dog could go the whole summer and enjoy it.
Yep, and he gets stickers in his book,
Uh-huh.
and he gets pictures. We always posting up Insta stuff, and it's just very photogenic. We were having the Olympics last week, which were really, really fun.
The doggy Olympics.
Olympics.
Agility courses?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we find most dogs will do about anything for a treat.
Do you do any scent training too, or just the running over things?
We do some projects where they have
nose
to
work stuff,
find things. We put them under the different cones, and they have to find them. Yeah, we have all sorts of that kind of stuff and some tools. Yeah, good imagination. So that's been a real fun thing for our doggy daycares to be a part of our summer camp.
Do you have like contests that dogs can sign up for the Olympics? So it's like, which dog can be pet the longest?
Oh, no, there'd be a lot of contestants for that one.
Which dog is going to flip onto his back?
I was like,
and,
most
and
enthusiastic
let you scratch
belly
his
rub
belly for the longest?
Who makes the best moans when you rub them? That's the question.
That's right.
Yeah. That's I had a golden retriever. I literally had a friend who petted my golden retriever for 3 hours straight. He sat there with the whole baseball game. Remember, we were watching a baseball, and he never stopped petting him, and my dog did not move. Golden retrievers have really high needs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They're probably like the average male, but I don't know.
Again, no comment.
Thank you.
So as we do, I was using I was looking up something on social media recently, and I encountered a video of a person exercising. And this person was doing an exercise called burpees, where you basically you do something like a push-up, and then you jump up in the air, and then you do a push-up and jump up in the air. And his dog was doing burpees with him and jumping up in the air next to him. And jumping
so
higher. He was participating, and he was jumping higher. I think he could have won a medal.
So we're getting pictures. I have to stop us.
Yes.
Boots in a bag. What a cute little pup. Oh my, wearing a very suave. You guys got to peek in here. Peek over there. There's Boots. And check out these. Oh, I can't tell if those are labs. Those look like labs. Taz and Penny looking to see what the neighbor is barbecuing. Very cute, standing all the way on there. They can't see without coming over. And then we have, I can't see, no name, but a dog looking very serious, like the eyes of his master. But aren't those fun?
Oh,
those are.
This is so exciting that all three of us are gathered around the same mic right now.
Right. This is Boots, and we got Boots.
That looks like Dennis Taylor, the last one.
The last one, Dennis Taylor. Okay.
From Eloy Los Ludisato.
It does a little bit. Yeah, that's true. He let me in, by the way. It was really nice of him. Yeah. Taz and Penny. Well, thank you, folks, for those 3 pictures we got. We look forward to a few more. We are enjoying it makes us get out of our chairs to see these amazing
those dogs and all the other dogs in the world and the cats and the pets. That's exactly why we are doing what we do.
Right. Yeah.
That's the happy pictures we want to see.
Yep. And that's and this is kind of, so what sustains us in the business is kind of always my question, and I asked you that a little bit. And I like both. I love this young staff. They're fun. They're energetic. They take great care of our dogs. I enjoy interacting with them. They tease me like crazy. I'm always sweet and nice to them. And don't believe that for a second. I intentionally call them wrong names and stuff just to make them happy. And
they call you names?
Absolutely. Old man, grumpy, curmudgeon, things like that. Yeah. So
but not wrong names, though, right?
No, they don't. They haven't done that. They just, hey, you.
That's an important distinction.
Yeah. So it's kind of a fun game. So I would say what sustains me is kind of always trying to get better at what we do too. We spend a lot of time always trying to improve practices. Do our jobs better. I assume it's similar for you guys.
It's always a process of refinement.
Yeah.
It's never like perfectly set down, but situations change or you find a better way or a different process. But definitely, we always want to streamline our ability to serve our customers well. But it is some days are more challenging than others.
Right. Sometimes we perform business activities for finding new products, for example. And we actually have one of those things coming up soon. That's what, mid-August. The biggest pet food conference, pet industry conference that we go to every year. It's in Las Vegas, mid-August.
Zoo.
It's so ridiculously overwhelming how big it is. And it probably took visiting, I don't know, it's probably the 5th or 6th time before I finally got an idea of how really to efficiently go across the sales floor and the show floor and see what products were there.
But at one point, there were like 3 football fields worth of products to be seen over the course of like 2.5 to 3 days. But
and which ones fit? Okay, which ones fit? Yeah, that's what's so hard because you're a niche place. You don't care about Blue Buffalo or Purina, right? You just don't. You want the niche.
Sometimes we care in a opposite direction.
Right.
Care in the
we
healthy
care
do better
about
sort of
getting
way.
dogs onto better quality products.
Right. That's what I understand.
Yes,
perfectly.
But we also, there's plenty of products that potentially could fit in our store that even in the big one, we just don't have room for.
Sure.
So yeah, we have to work hard to kind of select which ones are more effective and more enticing, more interesting for customers and for dogs or cats.
Right.
It's a lot of effort.
That it does. So, the way we improve, we have honestly the enterprise that is we have a franchise, and so all we have a WhatsApp. We're always telling each other best practices. We also go back and forth with the franchises, always trying to improve the software, improve the product. They are working at making things more efficient all the time. So
we're all making break hand signals now.
Right.
What does that mean?
That means it's time to take a little break. And when we come back, we'll continue the discussion about the dog business. Continue to send us your beautiful pets to us at 505-243-3333. Duke City Dog Talk. More business coming back.
to Strauss. The House of Strauss lives right here. Weeknights at 6 on 96.3 News Radio KKOB.
Hey guys, it's Duke City Dog Talk. Jeff, Lisa, and Lindsay. Oh man, did we get a great picture during the break. This classic old Great Dane, kind of scarred face, looks just like my grandpa's Great Danes, and with a very handsome brown and white spotted, some sort of, I think, pity mix maybe, but clearly good buddies. It's got. Thank you for sending that picture, and I also figured out how to blow it up on the screen, so my technology continues to improve. So, we're associated just with all sorts of people doing other dog business, with vets and with people who do dog washes, for example, or grooming, dog walking, grooming.
You also get the dog concierge services now too, where someone can basically, if you're working, someone can take your dog to the vet or other appointments, you get dropped off at daycare. So there are people who are doing kind of more personal assistant type activities, but related to pet care.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've not. So
the hard thing though is finding a doggy dry cleaner to dry clean their apparel.
That's true.
Yes. Yeah. Especially when that's environmentally.
That's right. That's the problem. Dry
environmentally sound.
The environment.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So I have a friend, Jason, who does wet paws. He started with one truck about the same time we do. Now he has 3 or 4 trucks, and he started doing pet, kind of the concierge thing, where he'd drive the dogs to places. Hopefully he'll start delivering dogs to Canine. We still have to sit down and talk about that, but it's an interesting business. So mobile dog grooming is a good business. A lot of people.
I wish we had more mobile vets in this town, because it can be so distressing for pets to take them in, even if if they're sick, they're not sick, they just don't enjoy it. It's really hard on everybody. So being able to do things in the comfort of the home makes a huge difference.
I'm gonna put in a plug for another business though, which is that sometimes it's difficult to find a lower cost spay and neuter, and sometimes it's hard to get one scheduled in a very timely manner. And I did take my dog to ABQ Spay and Neuter, and they did a fantastic job with her, and a very good price too.
And I think Valley Vetco also is a very low income or low cost spay and neuter place. I believe we've had them on the who has the vet clinic attached to everything else they do. Sorry, I'm spacing.
I don't know. Tell us about what they do, though.
Well, Jeff is a behaviorist. It'll come to me just a sec. But so there are also lots of people who kind of get in the dog business because they love a certain breed, right? And then they're doing a rescue. Sometimes then they breed dogs and breed cats. I wonder what kind of business that is. We really have a full-on breeder. Sometime like a high quality breeder, someone who's got a great reputation.
It's very difficult to be a high quality breeder because you need to spend a lot of money to take care of the animals, and it's hard to make sure that you have appropriate genetic diversification. So a lot of times what we see in breeders are that they cut costs and make it not really a pleasant place for the animals to stay or to be.
Because the animals aren't seen as sentient beings. They're seen as dollar signs.
Commodity.
And there's a commodity, yes. And it's very just awful.
Yeah, most of the good breeders again, I'm in the hunting dog space. They almost are farmers who do this on the side. Or like one guy where I get my dogs, I've gotten my 6 dogs, all amazing, 7 in our family. And I think about it, he does real estate, and and this is his side gig. So it doesn't require him to be financially motivated,
right?
In a way. So
that's other issues with breeding too, though, are making sure that traits that you don't want to see passed on,
that you're willing to not.
You're not using that dog as producing offspring. So for example, we had a customer many years ago who was breeding labs,
Mhm.
and she had one lab that we had spent, many visits going through different products, getting the dog onto something that
The
it
dog
wasn't
had a
having
lot of food allergies.
really bad allergies to.
Mm-hmm.
And she had told us that this was not one that she was breeding. And then
Mhm.
once we got the dog onto something that worked, then she bred that dog, and all that dog's puppies had the same allergies.
It wasn't all of them,
That was
but
not
it
a
was enough of
responsible
them
choice.
it was enough of them that did. And some of the people who gotten the dogs had not been informed properly about the genetic background and
Yeah.
perhaps, likelihood that there could be some allergy issues going down the line. So
yeah.
So there's pros and cons, and
Sure.
it's really difficult to find a reputable breeder that does all the things right.
Yeah,
Sometimes
so
you have to
I guess-
ignore a thing or two.
But I would love. I mean, I don't know any off the top of my head, but I'd love to find one in town just to bring into our radio show, just to talk about best practices, and they would probably be very aware of those things.
Right.
I believe, looking at websites for some people, that there's a couple. Most of them aren't in downtown Albuquerque because it's not a great place to raise dogs.
Right.
There's people in the
well, it's
communities
not just that. They're
outside.
also it's actively discouraged here in Albuquerque proper because of the heart ordinance. So if
Yeah.
anyone is doing breeding, they're supposed to be registering their litters that come in.
Oh, okay.
And not everyone wants to go through
all the
that red
paperwork.
tape. Correct. So that's why a lot of breeders, especially of the backyard irresponsible kind, are in outlying areas where there aren't the regulations in
So
place.
if you want to know if it's a reputable breeder that you're talking to, there's two things that are absolutes. One is that you need to be able to get good references off of recent litters.
Right.
And the other is you need to be able to visit their facility.
And see where
Anytime
the pets
a
are being
supposed
raised.
reputable breeder says no to visiting their facility, that is a huge red flag.
Well, and for me, the third is meeting mom and dad.
Yes.
And if sometimes you're not always able to, they don't own the stud, they bring the stud, which is not a good sign, frankly. It means
that is
they're
good. That means
getting
they're getting
genetics
good
from outside.
Right.
But at least being able to talk to this, and I've done all this. So see they're and whether you do register them or not, being able to is proves that they have those kind of good solid bloodlines.
There are breeders that are interested in bettering the breed, and when they are of that nature, they're careful about the genetics. They raise their animals in a good situation.
Right.
The puppies or kittens or whatever are raised in a family situation. They have lots of contact. They're well treated, and they're not overbred.
Right.
Some of the best ones will maybe breed their pets a couple times over the lifetime, but it's not just litter after litter after litter.
It's interesting. My breeder, he literally told me, he said, the new dogs we have are amazing, so much better than the ones I produced 12 years ago or 15 years ago. So anyway, wow, we got really caught up in breeding, not in breeding, talking about breeding.
We're not that kind of show here.
Getting risky.
We're not our own grandfather here.
But we do want to talk a little more about dog business, and I want to talk about the coolest dog movie I saw a week ago. So that's coming up next on Duke City Dog Talk. Please join us, KKOB 96.3 News Radio.
Canine Resorts Luxury Pet Hotel in Albuquerque offers the best in-class dog boarding and doggy daycare services. At Canine Resorts Albuquerque, they treat your pup like the child they are to you. Canine Resorts has luxurious, cage-free accommodations and more than 3,000 square feet of outdoor recreational areas to keep your best friend active, safe, and happy all day. Canine Resorts on the I-25 frontage road just north of Montgomery. Call to schedule a tour and evaluation at 600-3009. Canine 5-star experience. Love and fun included. Boofy's Best for Pets is celebrating 15 years in business. They opened a second location in 2021. Why is Boofy's growing? Because they're more than just a place to buy food, toys, and supplies. They're pet experts who offer only the foods that promote long, healthy lives for your pet. Visit boofysbest.com for money-saving offers every month and stop by on Golf Course in Paseo del Norte or Cutler near I-40 in San Mateo to see the Boofy's difference. Boofy's Best for Pets, when only the best for your pet will do.
Here are 3 simple ways to protect yourself from Medicare fraud. Never share your Medicare number over the phone, online, or through unsolicited mail. Always check your Medicare summary notice or explanation of benefits to detect unexpected activity. If you're unsure of a caller, collect their name, company, and callback number and hang up. Then call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-800-432-2080 or visit aging.nm.gov/fraud.
This publication was paid for in part by Grant 90-MPP0068 from the Administration for Community Living. Points of view or opinions do not necessarily represent official ACL policy.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COIN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Back to Duke City Dog Talk, and I have Jeff, Lisa, and Lindsay, and we're talking about the business of dogs. But first, I got to jump in and change the subject just a little bit. I saw a movie last Friday, Doggone. It's a Netflix movie with Rob Lowe as the key guy. It was good, and I cried 6 times.
Exactly 6 or
exactly 6.5. But I was like, oh crap, not that again. Again, we've talked about this. I can watch 1,000 guys get shot by Schwarzenegger or whomever, and okay, so at another death on TV, right?
But dogs.
Well, yeah. So it was
that adds a level of realism.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's where your heart is.
I think I'm emotionally connected to people. I'm emotionally connected.
People
to
are
dogs.
acting. Dogs that are on
there
the
you
screen
go.
aren't
Okay.
acting. They're being dogs.
Okay. And this had a great dog. It was a lab, and it had a great cast. Young man trying to find himself and loses his dog. It's just a great story.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to give it away, but I do want to give it a great watch. Kind of, I would call it an A+ movie, but I would call it a great watch movie if you like dogs.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to change the subject to roller derby.
No, we're not going to.
I did bring that up. Lisa, besides running this great show, this great dog business, is a hardcore roller derby queen.
Hardcore.
No. I am a roller derby
There's
rookie.
a match tonight, though, at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Expo and Manuel Lujan building. Yes, Albuquerque roller derby taking on the world.
It's fun.
You'll see me with my butt in a chair back there.
All right. Well, good. Oh, so you are like the way I played baseball a lot at the end of the bench. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there may be a little bit of that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what happens.
Still learning.
So let's talk about financials. Can you make a living at your business?
At the moment, it may not be as easy as it used to be. Things are a little weird economically.
Okay.
But I mean, we have a solid business. I mean, it can be done. And more people, especially like for service-oriented things, there are definitely more people looking into that.
It also depends on what you actually mean by making a living. It's certainly not a millionaire business to get into, but yeah, we've survived. We've been around since 2010.
Right. The fact you've survived 15
we get to
years.
eat.
Yeah.
So that's great.
You have cars. You get to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you have a retirement program for you and your employees?
That's the business.
That's the business. We're going to move into the business when we retire and live there.
Oh, I see. I see. So you're gonna clear out the dog food. You just move your beds in, and all set.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to turn it into like the world's. Yeah, I want a roller rink there. We do have a disco ball up at the Cutler store, and
really?
that's why. Yes, that place is large enough to double as a roller disco in the after hours.
Oh,
That's right.
great.
That's right.
So you
have
get
all
more
night
business.
raves with the kiddies.
Oh yeah, they love that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. And and so my business is also designed to keep us alive. We've retired from one business so that we had that to live off of for 3 years, and now we're getting into the profitable stage.
But isn't doggy daycare a growing segment of the industry?
Absolutely. And frankly, the dog business in general has grown 6% a year for the last 17 years. So there is a long track record of growth, which is why that makes sense to be in this niche, if you will.
Well, there is a commonality for the businesses versus people that, for example, are exporting paper clips or importing pencils.
Right.
And that is, you love dogs, you love cats. You're in it for the welfare of our companion animals, because that's really what means the most to you.
Yeah, definition of success I heard many, many years ago is, being successful in business is doing what you love and making a living at it.
Right.
And
so if you're
people,
sort of skewed one way or the other, maybe it's not as successful as it could be. But if you have a nice balance of both, where you feel good about what you're doing and you're able to, keep the roof over your head, then it's successful.
And we've known people too that were in a pet related business because they were chasing dollars and they didn't really have that much care for companion animals, and it showed, and their businesses didn't last as a result.
Yeah.
So you really have to love what you do.
You have to put your heart into it to really make a real difference.
I would agree 100%. I've lived by that. I decided I wasn't going to just work for dollars. I became a teacher. I love people. I want to make a difference in people's lives. Here we get to make a difference in people's lives. We're gifted that way. And so many of the service industries, whether you're a doctor, a teacher, fireman, ambulance driver, whatever, that honestly, having purpose like that, it's hard to match. And
you need to have your soul satisfied, basically.
And look, some people are just fine doing business and loving business and doing a great at that. I'm thrilled. There's people that think that great software needs to be created and love it enough to do it. So that is part of it, but we have to recognize what makes your soul happy and go for it when you're looking at work. And that'd be my advice to anyone. What does your soul need? What does your soul want?
I think maybe my soul needs one of those really colorful little short school buses that they paint up in wonderful colors, and then you go around and you pick up the dogs in town and you go on adventures in the mountains. I mean, how much fun would that be?
Now there you go. The adventure bus.
You need a little bread truck for your kids.
Yes, a little bread X, like
the
Chef
canine.
Gary.
Yeah, we could come up with that brand, the Canine Adventure Bus. Yeah, that's a fun one.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. Well, folks, we're not here to come up with new ideas. Just celebrate dogs. Celebrate you, all the dog owners, and celebrate Duke City Dogs.
Woof.
Woof.